Ahoy, Greencastle! I'm Nick Wissel.
And I'm Maxwell on Doepp, and you're watching The Spread. Thank you for joining us here on Episode 5.
We have a special episode this week. What is this episode, Maxwell?
Well, today is Halloween, my favorite holiday.
You know what it is. The spooky spread of this week.
The spooky spread.
So we'll be giving you up-to-date gambling information for all your Division III needs, specifically in the NCAC. Maxwell, why don't you go ahead and start us off for the day?
Well, I think I will start us off. All right, so starting this week, we have the DePauw Tigers, who are sitting at 4-3, playing Denison, who are sitting at 6-1.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. The Tigers are coming off an 8-6 point win over Allegheny in the rain. I mean, it was a mud bowl. It was battling it out, muddy jerseys, everything.
You want to talk about grit.
You can talk about grit. They're expected to regain some of their key players who were injured last week in their fight against Denison. DePauw will be playing with the ace in the hole, Colin Connect. You know, I really don't think we got to see all he had to offer last game just because of the weather. So we'll see where he takes from here. Wally sets this line at 18.5 Denison.
That Connect kid, they call him a young Brett Favre.
They call him a young Brett Favre.
That's just what I'm hearing on the streets.
We don't make things up here. We just report.
Everything that has ever been said on the spread is 100% true.
100% true. All right, Wissel, you got the next one.
Next up, we have the Ohio Wesleyan Battling Bishops, who are coming in at 6-1, who are taking on the College of Wooster Fighting Scots, who are 4-3. The Bishops, they've rolled this season. They've looked good. Their one loss is to the Bash in Crawfordsville in a game,
which is a good team. They're a good team.
The Bash is a good team too. So they're looking to win the conference. They're averaging 28 points a game, 4 tutties. Yeah. It's a lot of burgers up on the scoreboard. You know, it could go either way this weekend. The line, we got -3.5. So that's one of those ones that
could go either way.
You never know what's going to happen. So stay tuned to see what happens to the Battling Bishops when they play the Fighting Scots this weekend.
Next, we've got Kenyon taking on Wabash at Wabash. Kenyon is sitting at 3-4, while the Little Giants are sitting at 5-2. The Lords have absolutely been pummeled. I mean, tossed around, thrashed, orca whale throwing around a seal in the last 2 games with a combined score of 100-3. They're on the 3 side of that. The Little Giants would have to be playing with a one-eyed, blind quarterback to lose this game. I mean, it would be abysmal. While it gives Wabash 36.5, the only reason this number is a little risky is Morrill has a tendency to pull his starters early in big margin games.
I mean, 36.5 points.
So he's doing, I understand the coach. He's doing something good for the, good for the team, trying to save some starters, but not too good for the spread.
I mean, like you said, quarterback with one eye. Maybe he just plays left-handed like Larry Bird.
Who knows?
Who knows what's going to happen. All right, next up, we got the Hiram College Terriers who are coming in at 0-7, who are playing at the Allegheny Gators, who are 1-6. Man, toilet bowl.
This is a bad game.
These might be the 2 worst teams in the conference. Although I will say this about the Gators. Those Gators, their schedule and their record isn't telling the whole story there.
Yeah, I hear you there.
They've played 5 of the best teams in the conference already, so they still got the Little Lords to come up against, and then I think they still got the Yeomen, who we're going to talk about later. Nevertheless, Wally's given Gainey 27.5 points. So they're still projected to win by almost 4 scores.
I mean, but they are playing Hiram, who hasn't won against Hiram with 4 scores to spare.
I mean, maybe some horrible accident will happen, but
hopefully not.
We really hope that it's that is not the case, and 4 scores is not what they lose by.
All right, to wrap things up here, we've got Oberlin, who is 1-6, taking on Wittenberg, who is 4-3 at Wittenberg. Witt has lost 2 straight conference games, and this is unusual for what they are. They are an NCAC historical powerhouse. They don't lose 2 conference games in a row. It's just kind of strange. Might be their schedule. Who knows?
Who knows?
But Oberlin has been playing well. They gave up the win to Wabash, but that was only after a crucial turnover in the end zone that resulted in a touchback.
That game was a thriller.
It was a thriller. Wally gives the Tigers a big margin by 13.5.
Those are the lesser Tigers. Maybe that's why they lost back-to-back conference games.
That's fair.
Would never happen to the DePauw Tigers.
All right. Well, Wiss, we've got some big things coming up for you guys.
We do have big things coming up.
As always, our weatherman, Pat Lawton, telling you what to respect if you go see the Tigers on the road.
He'll tell you what the weather is in Granville, Ohio when we play the Big Red. And also we have a special guest coming up. First, we'll go to Pat with the weather.
Good evening, folks of Greencastle. Saturday's game day weather in Granville, Ohio will be a sunny one, but it'll be a very chilly one. High of 49 and a low of 27. Roll Tigers.
All right, thank you for that, Pat.
All right, now we go to Joe Runnels. This cat plays on the DePauw baseball team, and let me tell you, he's got a story you would never believe.
Yeah, first of all, from what he came from to where he is now, I mean, streets of the Bronx. To being able to pick any corner of the strike zone.
So there was an MLB scout walking down the street at a park in the east side of the Bronx, and he saw this big kid. He's about 6'4", 230 pounds.
And he said, I saw that kid throw a rock through a window 300 yards away.
And as soon as he stepped on DePauw's campus, they said, oh, the right-hander from the Bronx? That kid knows how to gamble.
All right, let's hear from him next.
Let's hear from Joe Runnels.
To you, Joey.
To you, Joey.
Hi, I'm Joe Runnels. I've been in this business a long time. My grandpa was a bookie. My dad was a bookie. And now I'm a bookie. And if you want to destroy your bookmaker, I'm telling you to bet Allegheny to cover 27.5 versus Hiram at home. It'll be 51 and sunny Saturday in Allegheny, Pennsylvania. Go Gators! Fins up.
All right, well, thanks for that wonderful insight, Joe. As you hear, he's going to destroy your bookie this week.
Say your prayers for all of your bookies, to all you degenerate gamblers out there. We're not encouraging it, just giving you information.
As always, thank you for joining us on The Spread, and
Beat the spread. One more thing. Fins up.